Welcome to Post Lady Lope Softball, a Post Sports Radio presentation, live and free on Facebook and YouTube. This broadcast is made possible by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman, supporting what's good for Post and Garza County. The Post-Dispatch, the newspaper of record for Garza County since 1926. The Dispatch is the corporate sponsor of Post Sports Radio. Post family dentistry music ever recorded. The Will and Crystal Osborne family, proud supporters of the Bold Gold Nation. The Post Independent School District, we are Bold Gold. Carson Construction, Post-owned and operated. Call 806-626-3811. And now, here's the Judge Lee and Marcia Norman pregame show on postsportsradio.com.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody, and welcome to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Post Lady Lope Softball, brought to you by the Post-Dispatch. You are listening to the Judge Lee and Marcia Norman pregame show. Russ Moore's here with the play-by-play, and Jim Plummer is here as well, keeping the books and adding commentary. Video set to take on the new home Lady Leopards. It is Monday, March 17th, which today is game number 2 of the District 4 2A season. The Lady Lopes enter today's contest seeking their second district win of the season after dominating Morton last Saturday in 4 innings. The Lady Lopes currently have an overall record of 8-8 with a 1-0 district. Home enters today's game seeking their first district win of the season after falling to Tahoka last Saturday. The Lady Leopards have an overall record of 6-11-1 with an 0-1 district record. New home is led by head coach Ashton Bell, and she is assisted by coaches Kaylee Pickett and Ethan.
It is the first Monday back from spring break for the Post ISD. You ask you to bless those kids and give them a new spirit to get through school, because summer is just around the corner, Lord. Just keep them safe and ambitious and also successful. We ask Lord to bless the players on the field as well as the and also glorify your name in all that we do. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. When we come back, we will have the Post ISD report with our own Jim Plummer when the Judge Lee and Marcia Norman pregame show continues on Post Sports Radio.
This message is sponsored by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman.
Texas 4-H is a club for kids and teenagers like shooting sports, food science, healthy living, fashion, and photography. Contact the Garza County Extension Office to sign up by calling 806-495-4400 or visit 4honline.com.
This is brought to you by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman, supporting what's good for Post and Garza County.
The Post-Dispatch is proud to support all of our local high school sports. They're excited to bring you all 495-3726.
Sorry, everybody, technical difficulties. Now here's Jim Plummer with the Post ISD report.
Everything's difficult sometimes, right? Especially during the dusty weather. Wind here at David Nichols Park about 20, maybe up to 25, so not as bad as last Friday where it was over 40. Nonetheless, this is the Post ISD report. It is brought to you by Post Family Dentistry, small town values with state-of-the-art care. I'm Jim Plummer. Spring break is over for the Bold Gold students and teachers, and we are back to normal until the summer break. We learned today that due to a re-aggravated injury to junior Mason Wright, who qualified for the state powerlifting meet this coming weekend, will not be able to participate, unfortunately. In the regional meet a couple weeks ago, Mason set a regional record by squatting 670 pounds. Mason competes at the 242 division. Our very own Carter Petty, a sophomore at PHS, celebrated spring break that is, by winning the Sundown Pump Jack Invitational Golf Tournament. Carter shot a 72. Way to go, Carter. Also during the break in the stock show world, success was earned by a few PHS students at the Houston show. Antelope third baseman Cooper Osborne's heavyweight lamb qualified for the sale. Sophomore Daniel Carroll was the reserve champion Poland, and Josiah Menchaca came in 10th place with his crossbreed barrow. Also, Lady Lope center fielder Hannah Krauser, who will be on the field tonight. She placed 12th with her lamb and qualified for the sale. Coming up, the Antelope baseball team will not play tomorrow as the original schedule shows, because they played that game on Saturday in a doubleheader here at Norm Cash Field against Lopes. The 3rd through 5th grade Antelope's Art Show is set for Monday, March 24th from 5 to 6 p.m. It is a come-and-go event at the elementary school gymnasium. This has been the Post ISD Report, brought to you by Post Family Dentistry, small town values with state-of-the-art care. The Judge Lee and Marcia Norman pregame show will continue after this.
My name is Sochi Anderton. I'm a dentist here at Post Family Dentistry. This clinic is a huge example of providing fancy dental care here in Post, Texas, because the residents of Post in these smaller communities, they deserve that same quality of care. We've expanded from 3 chairs now to 6 chairs at this new location. We are very proud here at Post Family Dentistry of our small town values combined with state-of-the-art care.
Post ISD is filled with passionate staff, daring students, and deep-rooted traditions of champions. Our state-of-the-art facilities provide top-tier educational opportunities, including career and technical training, advanced academics, and free college courses, creating future-ready antelopes. Our 4-day instructional week allows our students to continually pursue excellence in our distinguished fine arts programs, exceptional athletic teams, and a multitude of other extracurricular activities. Post ISD, we are bold gold.
Are you looking to do some work around the house and would like to hire a contractor who does every part of the job? Then give Carson Construction a call at 806-626-3811. Greg Carson and his crew have over 40 years of combined experience and can do new construction, remodeling, and concrete work. Plan now for your spring and summer projects and call the guys who pride themselves on their work. 806-626-3811. Carson Construction, building a lasting relationship with each customer. Call 806-626-3811.
All right, well, we're back, and I want to point out our new sponsor, Bollinger, Seegers, Gilbert & Moss, also known as BSGM LLP, a full-service accounting firm committed to providing quality services. Also, a shout-out to Will and Crystal Osborne for being big sponsors of Post Sports Radio. They did the powerlifting series, and now they're doing baseball and softball. Russ, what you got?
Well, the last time these two schools faced off each other was back on April 16th of 2024, where your Lady Lopes won by a score of 14-4. As we take a look at the district standings entering today's game, Sundown, Tahoka, and Post are all tied atop the standings with a 1-0 district record apiece. Sundown has an overall record of 14-4. Tahoka is 6-7. Post is 8-8 overall. Seagraves, New Home, and Morton round out the bottom parts of the district. Tahoka beat New Home, Sundown knocked off Seagraves, and Post, and of course your Lady Lopes dominated the Morton Lady Indians on Saturday. Now, as we take a look at the upcoming games, Post and New Home is the only game in the district today. As we move ahead to tomorrow, one game that catches my eye be Tahoka taking on Sundown. They are scheduled to play at 11 a.m. tomorrow, which tells me Sundown's probably on spring break. And then Morton and Seagraves will play later that night at 5 o'clock. There's only one game scheduled the next day. Sundown will play on back-to-back days as they take on the Morton Lady Indians on Wednesday, March 19th.
It's kind of odd that we have different weeks for spring break. It would be nice if everybody did it the same. Maybe take the whole week off. Maybe have a practice or two and come back and with guns blazing. But now Texas Tech's off this week too, right?
Yes.
And most of probably Lubbock ISD, and so a lot of the area.
The way it normally works, right around when I don't know if it's based on this, but normally whenever the opening week of March Madness is, 9 times out of 10 is when spring break traditionally is. I know that's how it traditionally has been at Tech, all except I think for 1 year. But other than that, that's typically how it's always been ever since I've been in school here. The last time I was in school here at Post, we had our spring break during the week of March Madness.
Okay. Speaking of which, that starts this week. And Texas Tech Red Raiders are going to play Thursday night. What is it, like 9 o'clock or something like that?
Yeah, they're going to tip off at 9:10.
Oh, man, I better take a nap way before so I can make it through the game. All right, well, that's going to be a good one. And they're taking on University of North Carolina at Wilmington.
Yes.
So it should be an excellent game. Tech a third seed.
Tech is a third seed, and they will take on, Lord, I'm going to knock on wood, considering how last year went for the Red Raiders. Lord willing they win, they await the winner between Missouri and Drake in the second round. So it doesn't get – once you get out of the first round, it doesn't get any easier.
No, it doesn't. It's all – and it's been pretty mad already in March with basketball. I've been enjoying the conference tournament. It's been pretty good. All right, let's take a break. Come right back. We're streaming live from, where are we? We're at Norm Cashfield's neighbor.
We're at David Nichols Park. We'll take one more break. We will not have a national anthem for you, unfortunately, but we will go over the starters for both Lady Lopes and the Lady Leopards, and also have the first pitch for you here on Post Sports Radio, your go-to source for Bold Gold and Lady Lope sports.
My name is Sochi Anderton. I'm a dentist here at Post Family Dentistry. This clinic is a huge example of providing fancy dental care here in Post, Texas, because the residents of Post in these smaller communities, they deserve that same quality of care. We've expanded from 3 chairs now to 6 chairs at this new location. We are very proud here at Post Family Dentistry of our small town values combined with state-of-the-art care.
This message is sponsored by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman.
Texas 4-H is a club for kids and teenagers ages 5 to 18, and it's big. It's the largest youth development program in Texas. 4-H is for kids with animals and so much more, like shooting sports, food science, healthy living, fashion, and photography. Contact the Garza County Extension Office to sign up by calling 806-495-4400 or visit 4honline.com.
This is brought to you by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman, supporting what's good for Post and Garza County.
It's springtime, and that means fleas and ticks are starting to target our little furry pals. Garza County Animal Hospital reminds you that although fleas and ticks are a threat to pets year-round here in West Texas, they become the most active during the warmer months. Get a jump start on your fleas and tick protection and keep your pet healthy and happy from a monthly application to a single pill taken every 3 months. Give us a call today to schedule your appointment. Garza County Animal Hospital, 495-3726.
Post Lady Lope Softball is powered by La Isabel Boutique, a girls' boutique with clothes, accessories, and custom hair bows. The boutique is located at Avenue H and East Main. The Post Area Chamber of Commerce, serving posts in all of Garza County. Visit postcitytexas.com. The Post Methodist Church, making disciples of Jesus Christ. Antelope Wash and Dry, a clean, affordable laundromat now open at 303 South Broadway. And Happy State Bank, a division of Centennial Bank, member FDIC. Post Sports Radio thanks these sponsors for making Bold Gold Softball live and free on Facebook and YouTube.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Post Lady Lope softballs. We are live from David Nichols Park as we get set for district game number 2. As your Post Lady Lopes get set to take on the New Home Lady Leopards. And now here's Jim Plummer with the batting order for New Home.
New Home Lady Leopards will be starting off with Kayla Hall, the third baseman. Presley Smith will follow her in the 2 slot. She'll be playing center field. Number 14 is Kyler Rodriguez, the shortstop. 30 is Maddie Ford. She's batting in the 4th slot. She's the catcher. And let's see, in the 5th slot, Molly Mayberry, the first baseman. She wears number 15. Number 8 is Cambry Bundy, and she'll be playing second base. Clarissa Escobedo, the pitcher, wears number 23. And then Chloe Hall in the 8th slot, the right fielder, she's number 12. And number 17, rounding out the order, Hadley Scott, the left fielder. Russ?
Now taking the field for your Lady Lopes today, we're going to start off in the outfield. Number 6, Zaylee Perez will be starting in left field. Number 7, Hannah Krauser will be in center field. Number 3, Elizabeth Acosta will be out in right field. Serenity Sanchez, number 10, will be at third base. Number 11, Amberly Garza will be at shortstop. Number 12, Harley Jo McClellan will be at second base. Number 9, the senior Shaylee Pope will be at first. Number 1, Hannah Abraham will be the starting pitcher for the Lady Lopes today inside the circle. And behind the plate will be number 8, Sanaya Sanchez, as the officials just now arrived just in the nick of time as we were 3 minutes away from first pitch getting underway.
I want to mention the coaches for the New Deal Lady Leps. I believe it's our New Home. Did I say New Deal? It is New Home, Lady Leps. Ashton Bell, I believe it's her first season. And then we've also got Kaylee Pickett, assistant, along with Ethan Acock. Of course, your athletic director over at New Home is John Ward, football coach, and we thank him for all the information he provides us. And who do we have for the Bold Gold now? Or did you already say it?
Yeah, for the Bold Gold, it's the same as last year. It'll be Coach Levi Groomer. He is assisted by Stevie Matus. And already through 16 games this year, the Lady Lopes have improved their overall record from this year to last year. They're now 500 through 16 games with an overall record of 8-8.
What was it last year?
A lot to a little. Lot. I remember that completely because we finished the season last year. Yes, we did make the playoffs. We got bounced out by Sundown in 2 games in the bi-district round. They finished the year last year with an overall record of 10-21. Now, Post is looking to do something that they haven't done since 2022, and that's go 2-0. No, that's to go 2-0 through the first 2 games in district play.
Nice. Well, it's a big chance tonight. I understand New Home this is only their 3rd season to play high school softball.
But don't let that fool you. These last 2 seasons, in each of through the 4 games that the schools have played against each other, it has come down. The season has always come down to the wire. These schools will play each other close. Aside from basketball, which obviously that's their tooth and nail, their bread and butter, as well as the baseball diamond. But over here and on the football field, and as well as in track, these schools play each other close. They know each other very well. So we should be in tune for a very good game. These 2 schools are expected to be 2 of the top 4 teams in the district this year, along with Sundown and Tahoka, per the expert pundits.
Okay, Russ, what was I going to say? You can't read my mind, so don't worry about it. It's like the coaches meeting with the umps at home plate is through, so we're about to throw that first pitch after a few warm-up throws.
Coach,
you want to remind? I'm sorry.
Sorry, Coach Levi Groomer earlier today, he shared a key en route to a victory today for the Lady Lopes. He says that today we need to keep the momentum of everyone doing their part. He says that New Home is a way better team than they were last year. They will be better defensively, and they will be hitting the ball. He says we need to be solid on defense behind Hannah, and when we have the mindset of winning every inning, we will be successful. He does see our overall focus being explosive at the plate in our preparation for district will be the key to our success. And he stresses that this is what they preach to these girls. Everything you do matters.
Exactly, yeah. And the girls are really catching on this year. Things are starting to settle in for the Lady Lope softball program. And probably one of the key reasons on the mound right now, you're watching her warm up, is our number 1 on the mound, sophomore pitcher for the Lady Lopes is Hannah Abraham. Hannah has quite the impressive record. Innings pitched close to 50 coming into this game. She's got a win-loss record of 5 wins and 4 losses, which Sparse probably didn't even do that good last year because as a freshman was a rough one. So we just saw the final warm-up, so here we go.
Don't let that overall record fool you. The Lady Lopes have played stiffer competition in tournament play this year, which is why her overall record is at 5-4. So now stepping up to the plate will be number 9, Kayla Hall. She's the 3rd baseman for the Lady Leopards. Comes a pitch from Hannah. It's taken just high and outside for ball 1, and his district game number 2 is off and running. Here comes the 1-0. It's fouled.
If I may, Russ, Hannah Abraham with 74 strikeouts on the season and has walked 21.
It's not a bad strikeout to walk ratio. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Counts now 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Just a bit outside for ball 2. Brings the count now back even. Hannah steps back in. Here comes the 2-2. Just a bit high for ball 3. Brings the count now at 3-2.
Post has a pretty stout defense. Got to throw strikes, let them work for you.
Comes the 3-2.
There
That
you
is
go.
popped short. Shortstop Amberly Garza makes the catch for out number 1.
There you go.
Now this brings up the center fielder number 4, Presley Smith.
I want to welcome our new home viewers on Facebook or on YouTube rather. We may be a little bit biased for post, but you may understand that.
Here comes the pitch. The ball is popped out in play for the shortstop. Amberly Garza just can't get a good read on it, but bounces in for a single.
That's a Texas leaguer right there.
It's now number 14, Kyler Rodriguez, the shortstop, will come in at the dish. Double play opportunity is there for the Lady Lopes with a runner on first. Here comes the pitch. Grounded out to Serenity Sanchez. And the throw is wide to Harley Joe. Ball goes all the way to the fence. One run will come across. Here comes another run. Throw in is not in time. New Home is on the board. 2-0.
So give an error there to third base.
Is now here comes number 30, the catcher, Maddie Ford. Comes the pitch. Taken low and inside for ball 1. Once again, we're still in the top of the first, only one out. Count is at 1-0. Comes the pitch. Fouled off for strike 1. Again, your Carson Construction score is 2-0 in favor of New Home after the error throw from Serenity Sanchez. Here comes a 1-1. Popped up. Is fouled. Landed just over the left shoulder of Shaylee Pope. She took a good step to try to make a play on the ball. Count is now at 1-2. Ford steps back in the batter's box. Here comes the 1-2. Fouled back to the net for another foul ball. Count remains at 1-2. Here comes the 1-2. Ball is crushed out into right field. Goes all the way to the fence. Ford goes to second. The throw in to Harley Joe will keep Ford at second base as she's on base with a stand-up double.
That was a shot to the foul pole out in right field where the 205 mark is.
So now here comes number 15, first baseman Molly Mayberry. Lady Leopard is in scoring position. Here comes the pitch. Swinging and a miss for strike 1. Again, still in the top of the first with one out. Here comes the 0-1. Catches just a piece of the bat. Is fouled back to the catcher's net for strike 2.
Is it Maddie Ford on second?
Yes, it is. Here comes the 0-2. It's taken just high. Bounced off the glove of Sanaya Sanchez, but she's able to recover the ball quickly. Ford stays at first. Count is now at 1-2. Here comes the 1-2. It's taken low, gets away, but Sinai recovers the ball. Runner holds at second. Counts back even at 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. Popped up to Serenity. She catches the ball for out number 2.
Okay.
Now this brings up batting 6, number 8, Camry Bundy, the second baseman. So it's number 8, Camry Bundy, batting 6th. Comes the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Serenity Sanchez at the hot corner for the Lady Lopes is always prepared to make the catch.
Here comes the 0-1. Just a bit inside for ball 1. Here comes the 1-1. Ball is hit foul down the right field line. Counts now at 1-2.
Russ with 2 outs. We got Clarissa Escobedo, the pitcher, on deck.
Again, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Here comes the 1-2. Ball is popped up, but it goes over the fence at the right field line for a foul ball. Count remains at 1-2. Here comes the 1-2.
Ooh.
Catches her looking. The side is retired. The Lady Leopards leave 1 stranded on second, but they do damage to put 2 runs on the board. As we get set to start the bottom half of the first inning, your Carson Construction score is 2-0 in favor of New Home. Listen to Post Sports Radio right after this.
It's springtime, and that means fleas and ticks are starting to target our little furry pals. Garza County Animal Hospital reminds you that although fleas and ticks are a threat to pets year-round here in West Texas, they become the most active during the warmer months. Get a jump start on your fleas and tick protection and keep your pet healthy and happy from a monthly application to a single pill taken every 3 months. Give us a call today to schedule your appointment. Garza County Animal Hospital, 495-3726.
Here we go.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Post Lady Lope softball, as Jim has a quick recap of that last half inning.
Top of the first with the Lady Leopards of New Home at the plate. They scored 2 runs on 2 hits. Post committed 1 error and 1 runner left on base to round things out.
As we get set to start the bottom half of the first, taking the field for New Home at left field will be number 17, Hadley Scott. Center field, number 4, Presley Smith. Right field, number 12, Chloe Hall. At third base will be number 9, Kayla Hall. Number 14, Kyler Rodriguez will be at shortstop. Number 8, Camry Bundy at second base. Number 15 will be at first is Molly Mayberry. Starting the pitching for New Home will be number 23, Clarissa Escobedo. And number 30, Maddie Ford is the catcher for the Lady Leopards.
Amberly Garza takes the play. Start off for the Lady Lopes. Amberly doing quite well this year, right? What's she got an average?
She comes into today's game with a batting average of .452.
Amberly Garza, the shortstop. Bats right.
Here comes the 0-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Escobedo starts out with a off-speed pitch.
Comes the 0-1. That's a swing and a miss for strike 2. You can tell Amberly's kind of sitting fastball. She wasn't anticipating that last pitch. Here comes the 0-2. Good take for Garza. She takes it for ball 1. Counts now at 1-2. Here comes the 1-2. Down low for ball 2. Counts now even at 2-2. Amberly steps back into the batter's box. Here comes the 2-2. Ball is grounded to Rodriguez. Throw is off of the glove. It's going to be an error on, I believe it's going to be an error on the first baseman, as she should have made a play. She should have been able to close that ball in. Amberly will stand on first.
Yeah, she had a stretch for it, but still got the glove enough to make the catch.
So now this brings up number 6, the left fielder, Zaylee Perez. Zaylee comes into today's game with a batting average of .550. Here comes the pitch. Ball is grounded to third base. Throw to second is over the head. Zaylee takes off to second. The throw in will hold the runner as Amberly comes in. 1 run comes in for the Lady Lopes. Zaylee will stand up on third. As the Lady Lopes capitalize on errors from New Home, it looks like both teams have traded a set of errors. Now this brings up Hannah Abraham, the pitcher. Here comes the pitch. It's taken down low for ball 1.
In the first inning, both third basemen for both teams have committed throwing errors so far.
Here comes the 1-0. Ball is grounded to the third base. Throw to first is in time, but 1 run does come across, so that's a sacrifice RBI for Hannah Abraham. Now here comes the third baseman, number 10, Serenity Sanchez, batting cleanup. Here comes the 1-0. Ball is popped up. Nobody's able to make a play. That's going to be a stand-up single for Zaylee Perez. For Serenity Sanchez.
Yeah, nobody touched it. Had three players tried to. You just couldn't get it. Then when it rolled foul. Now, coach from New Home is questioning the call. They're going to have a umpires.
They're going to talk about it to see if it was a foul ball.
I think she's claiming nobody ever did touch it, and she may be right. But that's going to be the second base or the infield ump's going to have to make that call.
Umpires make a decision.
He's saying it did touch a glove somewhere. I think the catcher actually had the better chance of touching the ball.
Okay, so play stands. Now this brings up number 30, Azarae Landa. She's the designated player. Here comes the pitch. It's taken for strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 to Landa. Swing and a miss.
That was definitely an off-speed pitch.
For strike 2. If the Lady Lopes can ever get a solid contact on her off-speed pitches, that ball is going to travel. Here comes the 0-2. Ball is popped out into the outfield. Center fielder is able to make a play on it. That's Presley Smith. As Azarae is retired, first out of the bottom half of the inning. Now this brings up number 8, the first baseman, Shaylee Pope. Sorry, number 9. Can't read my chicken scratch.
I think center fielder Smith was on their basketball team as well.
I believe so. Here comes the pitch. Just a bit high for ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 to Shaylee. It's taken down low for ball 2 as we have a stolen base on second base. Here comes the 2-0. Ball's fouled back for strike 1. This Serenity stays on second. The umpire shows a count of 2-1. Here comes the pitch. Umpire says just a tad bit out of the upper part of the zone for ball 3. Counts now at 3-1. And there's 2 outs here at the bottom of the first. Here comes the 3-1. It catches just the inner part of the strike zone for strike 2. And now we're back to a full count. Is Serenity on in scoring position at second? Here comes the 3-2. Just high and outside for ball 4. As now runners are at first and second. Now this brings up number 3, the right fielder, Elizabeth Acosta. Acosta has a batting average entering today's game of .360. Meant to mention Shaylee Pope. She had a batting average of .444. Here comes the pitch. Fouled off for strike 1. Getting 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Your Carson Construction score is a tie game at 2-2. Lady Lopes looking to take the lead. Here comes the 0-1. Ball is grounded to first base. The throw is, that's going to be a fielder's choice. She decides to throw back to the pitcher. That's Molly Mayberry. But you can either give a fielder's choice or an infield single to Costa.
That was between second and first. We'll give a base hit on that, Russ, for Acosta. She sophomore now at first base with bases loaded.
Bases loaded. Now this brings up the catcher, number 8, Sanaya Sanchez. Batting average of .313. Here comes the pitch. She catches just a piece of the ball, but is fouled back to the backstop for strike 1. It's a big gap between second base and shortstop, Jim.
Yeah, any kind of a single here will knock in at least 2 runs.
Here comes the 0-1. That ball is grounded to Rodriguez. The throw to second is in time. The side is retired, but the Lady Lopes are able to put 2 runs on the board as your Carson Construction score will remain at 2-2. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with the top of the second right after this.
Post-Dispatch is proud to support all of our local high school sports. They're excited to bring you all the weekly scores and highlights of your favorite teams, as well as keeping you informed about everything going on in the community. Subscribe today. You can choose to have your newspaper mailed to your home or business, or subscribe online and get the news when it's convenient for you. They're proud to serve the community and proud to serve Garza County. The Post-Dispatch, community news at the finest.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Post Lady Lope softball. As your Carson Construction scores, we get set to start the top of the second is 2-2. Now here's Jim with a recap of the bottom half of the first.
The Bold Gold Lady Lopes finished the first inning by scoring 2 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 errors committed by the Lady Leps of New Home, and unfortunately 3 Lady Lopes left on base. If you count the batter, it would be 4, but you don't do that, right? Just 3.
Is now up to bat for New Home will be the pitcher, number 23, Clarissa Escobedo.
Yeah, Russ, she'll be followed by Chloe Hall and then Hadley Scott, the bottom of the order.
And Hannah Abraham still at the mound. She was able to recover thanks in part to the defense recovering behind her to get out of a jam, and the inning is Escobedo swings and misses on the first pitch for strike 1. According to our stat sheet for Hannah Abraham, she struck out batters looking at least, I believe that says 22 times on the year. Here comes the 0-1. It's taken down low and inside for ball 1.
Seems like the wind is slowing down a little bit. If you're watching, of course, you see the dust in the air in the background.
Counts now at 1-1. Here comes the pitch. Catches the inner part of the zone for strike 2. Brings the count now at 1-2. Here comes the 1-2. Ball is popped up. Shaylee Pope's able to make a play on the ball for out number 1. As now this will bring up the right fielder, number 12, Chloe Hall.
Samantha McClellan's watching her daughter play. She's glad we're streaming the game for her so she can watch from work, wherever she may be.
Here comes the pitch. Just a bit low and outside for ball one. Here comes the 1-0. Catches just a tip of the bat for a foul ball. Counts now even at 1-1. Again, one out here in the top of the second. Here comes the 1-1. Watches it go by for strike two. Here comes the 1-2. Just a bit high for ball two. It's one of those risers. And that was just a good take by Hall. Here comes the 2-2.
Little low.
Counts now full count.
I notice he's been calling the low pitches more so than the high pitches, so that was right on the line.
Here comes the 3-2. Just a bit outside for ball four as Chloe Hall will stand up on first, taking her base. Now this brings up number 17, Hadley Scott, the left fielder. Here comes the pitch. She shows bunt. Going to be taken for a strike, but Hall will advance to second. No, they said it's going to be a...
They call strike the ball. Let's see what his fingers do.
Counts 1-0 for a ball. Okay, my mistake. Here comes the 1-0. Ball is popped back to the catcher's net for strike one. Counts now back even at 1-1.
After Hadley Scott, they go to the top of the order with Kayla Hall.
Here comes the 1-1. Watches it go down the middle for strike two. Scott shakes her, nods her head like she's seen it. Here comes the 1-2. Ball is popped up. Hannah calls it. She makes a play on the ball for out number two.
All right.
That was a good play by Sanaya as well to make sure that she was in the range just in case Hannah couldn't get to it in time. Now, as Jim mentioned, we're back at the top of the order. It's number 9, third baseman, Kayla Hall.
Yeah, she flew out to shortstop in her first time up in the first inning.
Here comes the 0-0. Ball is popped up, and it's just a little blooper for a single. Throw back into Hannah is not in time as a run does come across the score. As New Home retakes the lead, your Carson Construction score is now 3-2. That's going to be an RBI bloop single for Kayla Hall. Now this brings up Presley Smith.
That's where you hit the ball just in the right spot, and that one was in the right spot. Nobody could get to that one.
Here comes the 0-0. Swing and a miss for strike one as Hall advances to second base. Counts 0-1. Again, there's 2 outs here in the top of the second. Here comes the 0-1. Ball is popped up. Harley Joe's underneath it. She's able to make the play. Side is retired, but New Home is able to drive in a run. As your Carson Construction score at the end of New Home's half of the second inning is 3-2 in favor of the Lady Lopes. Take a break. Be right back with the Lady Lopes half of the second inning right after this.
Post Lady Lope Softball is powered by La Isabel Boutique, a girls' boutique with clothes, accessories, and custom hair bows. The boutique is located at Avenue H and East Main. The Post Area Chamber of Commerce, serving posts in all of Garza County. Visit postcitytexas.com. The Post Methodist Church, making disciples of Jesus Christ. Antelope Wash and Dry, a clean, affordable laundromat now open at 303 South Broadway. And Happy State Bank, a division of Centennial Bank, member FDIC. Post Sports Radio thanks these sponsors for making Bold Gold Softball live and free on Facebook and YouTube.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Post Lady Lope Softball. So we get set to start the bottom of the second as your Carson Construction score is 3-2 in favor of New Home as Jim has a recap of the last half inning.
Lady Lopes take the lead in the top of the second with 1 run on 1 hit. No errors by the Lady Lopes, but leave 1 on the base path also for the Lady Lopes.
It's now coming up to the plate.
Got Harley Jo McClellan, should be followed by the top of the order with Amberly Garza and then Zaylee Perez.
Harley Jo on the year has a batting average of 300. Comes a pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1.
Haley Jo's mom is listening or watching today, amongst others like Abby Abraham.
Here comes the 0-1. Ball is fouled off down the right field line. As Harley's able to straighten that out and get it in fair territory, she'd be standing on first base. All right, here comes the 0-2 from Escobedo. Fouled short. Count remains at 0-2.
It's a little windy today, but tomorrow, Russ, I think it's going to be bad. So luckily we're getting this one done.
Here comes the 0-2. Taken high for ball 1. Counts now 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Ball is hit back to the shortstop. The throw in is in time.
Nice play by the shortstop, 6-3 put out.
Now this brings up Amberly Garza. We're back to the top of the order.
Rodriguez at short. Get the sunglasses on along with the mask.
Here comes the 0-0. Amberly fouls it just short for strike 1.
Amberly got on an error in the first inning, ended up scoring for the Lady Lopes.
Again, Escobedo is not really throwing anything fast. She's just throwing her off-speed stuff. Here comes the pitch. As the ball is popped up out into center field, Smith's able to run underneath it. She makes the catch. It's going to be out number 2. Now this brings up Zaylee Perez, the left fielder. Again, the way the wind is blowing, Jim, which way do you think the wind is coming in? You think that had an effect on where that ball traveled?
Yeah, it kind of tailed off to the right, so the wind's coming there from the southwest.
Zaylee watches the first pitch come in for ball 1. And 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Again, it's just all been off-speed pitches for Escobedo.
Yeah, Lady Lope should get used to that second time around.
As Zayla was able to foul, was able to get a piece of her bat on the ball, but it's going to be a foul ball. Counts now at 1-2. She's able to make solid contact. Rodriguez runs underneath it, and then she makes the catch for out number 3. As that does it for the bottom of the second. We're going to take a quick break and have the top of the third inning for you here on Post Sports Radio right after this.
Post Lady Lope Softball is powered by La Isabel Boutique, a girls' boutique with clothes, accessories, and custom hair bows. The boutique is located at Avenue H in East Main. The Post Area Chamber of Commerce, serving posts in all of Garza County. Visit postcitytexas.com. The Post Methodist Church, making disciples of Jesus Christ. Antelope Wash and Dry, a clean, affordable laundromat now open at 303 South Broadway. And Happy State Bank, a division of Centennial Bank, member FDIC. Post Sports Radio thanks these sponsors for making Bold Gold Softball live and free on Facebook and YouTube.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Post Lady Lope Softball. As your Carson Construction scores, we start the top half of the third inning. It's 3-2 still in favor of New Home as Jim has a quick recap of that.
All zeros for the Lady Lopes in the bottom of the second. No hits, no runs, nobody left on base, no errors as well.
It's coming up to bat. It's going to be the shortstop, number 14, Kyler Rodriguez, and then followed by number 30, catcher Maddie Ford, and number 15, Molly Mayberry. So it's going to be the 3, 4, and 5 batters. Hannah Abraham still in the circle.
So as Kylie Rodriguez had a couple good plays in that last half inning, now at the plate.
Rodriguez steps into the batter's box. Hannah gets set. Here comes the 0-0. It's fouled off for strike one.
So far, there's been a lot of pop flies, so whoever can handle the wind and make the catch are going to be the winners today.
So if the wind's coming in from the southwest, that means that's blowing kind of diagonally going right, or looking from our right to left. Here comes the 0-1.
Oh.
Swing and a miss.
She went fishing on that one. That was an off-speed pitch, too. Nice pitch by Abraham.
Getting here in the top of the third. Comes the 0-2. As this is a good take by Rodriguez as she watches it go down in the dirt for ball one. Counts 1-2. No outs. Here comes the 1-2. Ball is grounded to Harley Joe. Throw to first is in time for out number one.
It's a 4-3 put out for the Lady Lopes. Now Maddie Ford coming to the plate. Maddie, by the way, had a double her first time up, and that was it. She drove it all the way to the right field foul pole, which was fair, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Here comes the 0-0.
Ooh.
Watches it go inside for a strike. Ford steps back in quickly. Here comes the 0-1 from Abraham. Just a bit outside for ball one. Yeah. Counts now 1-1 with one out here in the top of the third. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike two. Counts now 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Watches it go high and outside for ball two. Counts back even at 2-2. Get a one out, top of the third. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike three.
That's the second strikeout for Abraham today.
Now should bring up the first baseman, number 15, Molly Mayberry. Umpire making some.
Yeah, the Lady Lopes were huddling in the circle and can't do that between pitches.
Comes the 0-0 to Mayberry. Swing and a miss for strike one. Now Hannah's starting to find her groove. Here comes the 0-1. It's down low for ball one. Counts now even at 1-1. Here comes the 1-1. Ball is grounded. Back to Harley Joe. That throw is not in time.
Oh, close.
Now it puts a runner on first for New Home. Now this brings up number 8, the second baseman, Cambry Bundy.
Bundy struck out looking her first time.
Here comes the 0-0. Runner goes to second. Throw is over the head, but in the outfield. Krauser is able to prevent it from going any further. She throws it back to Abraham as Mayberry stands on third. Counts at 1-0 now. Again, there's 2 outs here in the top of the third. Here comes the 1-0. Was grounded foul down the right field line for strike one.
New Home's got a 1-run lead or trying to get another one before they get 3 outs.
Here comes the 1-1. Bounces low for ball 2. Mayberry trots back to third. Good recovery by Sanaya. Getting 2 outs, top of the third. Comes the 2-1. Ball is popped out into the outfield. 1 run will score for New Home. The throw back in holds the runner at first. It's going to be a little RBI bloop as Acosta couldn't get a solid read on the ball as it bounces right in front of her. Brings your Carson Construction score now 4-2 in favor of New Home. And there's still 2 outs here in the top of the third. Here comes the 0-0. Runner advances to second. As this is the pitcher, Clarissa Escobedo, at the dish. Count is now 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. Ball is popped up in foul territory down the right field line for strike one. Counts now 1-1 again. There's still 2 outs here in the top half of the third. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. As Bundy trots back to second base. Counts now 1-2. Here comes the 1-2.
Ooh, yeah.
Catches are looking for strike 3. Side is retired, but New Home extends their lead. Carson Construction score as we get set to start the bottom of the third is 4-2 in favor of the Lady Lips. You listen to Post Sports Radio live and free on YouTube.
We play the greatest country music ever recorded. Tune in anytime and anywhere to KSSL 107.3, 94.1, KSSLFM.com, and on our free mobile app. All your favorites are here.
Hi, I'm Alan Jackson.
Hi, this is Mark Chestnut.
Hi, I'm Clint Black.
We've got them all.
Hi, this is Ronnie Millsap.
Hi, this is Patty Loveless.
Hi, everybody, this is Garth Brooks.
Hey, this is George Strait.
I've been listening to this radio station forever.
Proud supporters of high school sports. We are KSSL.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Post Lady Lope baseball. As we get set to start the bottom half of the third inning. Your Carson Construction scores in favor of New Home 4-2. As Jim has a quick recap of that last half inning.
Yeah, that's right. The Lady Leopards, 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error against the Lady Lopes, and they left 1 on base. With the score now 4-2, we go to the bottom of the third.
Is up to bat, believe. Who do we have up to bat?
I'm sorry. We do have, Russ, believe it or not, Hannah Abraham, number 1, our pitcher.
Okay.
Serenity Sanchez will follow, along with Azure Landa, the designated batter.
Just making sure I was keeping track with some notes by these names, and I couldn't remember if it was Zaylee or Hannah up to bat next.
It was a sacrifice ground ball by Hannah Abraham, her first time up to score a run for the Lady Lopes, first one of the day.
Center fielder's playing a little bit deep. Here comes the 0-0. It's taken for ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 to Abraham. Watches it go high and outside for ball 2. Counts 2-0. Here comes the pitch. She gets a piece of the ball, but it goes fouled back to the catcher's net for strike 1. With the off-speed pitches that Escobedo is throwing, Hannah does have a slugging percentage of 1.091. Here comes the 2-1. It's grounded over the glove of the shortstop. Hannah will get on first with an infield single.
All right, yeah, we'll give her a clean base hit. The ball popped over the glove of the shortstop.
So now this brings up Serenity Sanchez. Serenity has a batting average of .571 and on base percentage of 657. Comes the 0-0. Catches the outer part of the zone for strike 1.
That pitch was in slow motion.
Serenity has a slugging percentage of .714. Here comes the 0-1. Oh, as Hannah slides in safely with a stolen base at second. However, Serenity's count is now at 0-2.
That'd be Hannah's 11th stolen base of the season.
Lady Lopes are in scoring position now after the stolen base. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Couldn't handle that slow off-speed pitch.
So now this brings up the designated player, Azure Landa. She has a batting average entering today's game of .400 with an on-base percentage of .531 as she watches the pitch go in for strike 1.
Watching that ball, that last pitch, the ball's not spinning much. It's almost like a knuckleball.
Here comes the 0-1. It's taken down low for ball 1. Counts back even. As the wind has shifted, Jim, it's now blowing looking to my left to right. Here comes the 1-1. Goes high for ball 2. If the Lady Lopes can just time the off-speed pitches just right with their bats, they can do some serious damage. Here comes the 2-1. Watches it go inside for strike 2. Here comes the pitch. Wide and outside, taken for a ball.
Landa, a good hitter, batting .400 coming into the game.
Counts now 3-2 with only 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. It is a drop third strike, but Hannah does advance to third. As now this brings up the first baseman, number 9, Shaylee Pope.
So that's the first 2 strikeouts for Escobedo on the mound for New Home, the last 2 batters.
Comes the pitch to Pope. Is taken outside for a ball. There's a big gap, Jim, between left field and center field. Here comes the 1-0. Ball is crushed, but is off the glove of the shortstop. 1 run comes in to score for the Lady Lopes, as Shaylee will be standing up on first base. That's got to be an error on the shortstop. She just could not field that glove. It was right there in her grasp.
She was trying to decide whether to catch it on the fly or to take it on a bounce, and in between just didn't cut it. Oh.
As Acosta swings and misses for strike 1. Counts now 0-1, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. As Acosta
takes one for the team.
Will stand on first. Now runners at first and second. This brings up Sanaya Sanchez, the catcher. Sanaya has a batting average of .313 with an on-base percentage of .450 and a slugging percentage of .438.
Got 2 outs with 2 on. Post down by 1 run, 4-3.
Sanaya does have 8 RBIs on the year. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. She gets a piece of the ball for a foul ball. Again, your Carson Construction score is 4-3 here in the bottom of the third. There's 2 outs. Presley Smith, the center fielder. If you can tell on our screen, she's playing closer to the fence. Here comes the pitch. Ball is popped up. Smith gets a run. It's over her glove. Here comes Shaylee. Is now Acosta stands on third. We have a tie game.
Yeah, Pope's the tying run. 4-4 now with the runners at first and third.
As Coach Groomer calls times, we're just going to have a courtesy runner at first for Sanaya, as it's going to be number 5, Zamika Foy. Something to notice for Zamika Foy, she does have 4 stolen bases on the year.
Probably see her go here with 2 outs. Haven't really seen the catcher Ford throw the ball down to second yet. Not sure if she can throw out a runner or not. Zamika is a fast runner.
Okay. Now this brings up Harley Jo McClellan. This will be her second appearance at the plate. Harley Jo has a batting average of .300. Here comes the pitch. She watches it go high for ball 1. Zamika stays at first.
Harley Jo grounded out to shortstop her first time up.
Harley does have 6 RBIs. Here comes the 1-0. Ball is grounded to third base. The throw is not in time. Safe. Bases are now loaded. That's an infield single. And we're right back to the top of the order. Here comes Amberly Garza. Shortstop is now Coach. Let me see. Coach Bell wants to have wants to challenge the call.
She challenged in the first inning as well and lost that challenge. So now she's gonna win this one, and that's gonna stop the two-out rally by the Lady Lopes.
Well, but the Lady Lopes do tie the game in their half of the third. Your Carson Construction score is now 4-4 as we get set to start the top of the fourth. We'll recap this last half inning for you here on Post Sports Radio's YouTube channel right after this.
It's springtime, and that means fleas and ticks are starting to target our little furry pals. Garza County Animal Hospital reminds you that although fleas and ticks are a threat to pets year-round here in West Texas, they become the most active during the warmer months. Get a jump start on your fleas and tick protection and keep your pet healthy and happy from a monthly application to a single pill taken every 3 months. Give us a call today to schedule your appointment. Garza County Animal Hospital, 495-3726.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Post Lady Lope baseball here on our YouTube channel as we're live from David Nichols Park as we get set to start the top of the fourth inning. Carson Construction scores a tie game at 4 runs apiece Jim, what happened that last half inning?
Well, the Lady Lopes of Post put up 2 runs to tie the game on 2 hits. There were no errors on the field, except we almost had one on that last play, but the reverse of the call changed it. But we left 3 on the base path. On Post has left 6 on the base paths all night, just in 3 innings. So imagine that with a couple of those knocked in.
Now this brings up number 12, right fielder Chloe Hall. Here comes the 0-0 from Abraham. Swing and a miss very late for strike 1. As we going to have the 8, 9, and 1 batters this half inning. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. As now Hannah's deciding to go with their fastballs now to start things off here in the top of the 4th.
Hannah's got 3 strikeouts today.
Here comes the 0-2.
Nice placement.
Good placement, but it's just a tad bit outside for ball 1. You can tell Hannah's trying to pitch with a purpose now. Here comes the 1-2. Oh, it's popped. It's going to go foul on the left field line. Count remains at 1-2.
Well, it looks like we're probably going to go to the distance in this game. We're at the 4th inning now. Got a chance to go 7.
Here comes the 1-2. Oh, counts 2-2 now. That was a very good place. That was a well-placed pitch from Hannah. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Strikeout number 4 for Hannah.
Now it's up to the plate as the left fielder, the number 9 batter, number 17, Hadley Scott.
Hadley flew out to the pitcher her first time up. That was in the 2nd inning.
Here comes the 0-0. She shows bunt. It is fouled back to the catcher's net for strike 1. Getting 1 out. We are in the top of the 4th. Tie game at 4 runs apiece. Here comes the 0-1. Shows bunt late. It's going to be foul ball for strike 2.
Usually you don't try to bunt again after you get 2 strikes, but you never know.
Well, you run the risk of striking yourself out if you foul it 1 too many times after this one. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Hannah. Now this brings up number 9, Kayla Hall, the 3rd baseman. Here comes the 0-0. Ball is grounded short. Hannah throws in time to retire the side as we get set to start the Lady Lopes half of the 4th inning. For you here on Post Sports Radio, your Carson Construction score remains at 4-4. You're listening to Post Sports Radio live and free on YouTube.
Are you looking to do some work around the house and would like to hire a contractor who does every part of the job? Then give Carson Construction a call at 806-626-3811. Greg Carson and his crew have over 40 years of combined experience and can do new construction, remodeling, and concrete work. Plan now for your spring and summer projects and call the guys who pride themselves on their work. 806-626-3811. Carson Construction, building a lasting relationship with each customer. Call 806-626-3811.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Post Lady Lope softball. Your Carson Construction scores. We get set to start. The bottom of the 4th inning is tied at 4 runs apiece between the Lady Lopes and the Lady Lopes. What happened that last half inning, Jim?
Well, 3 up, 3 down, no hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left on. An important point of the inning was it's the 4th and 5th strikeout for Hannah Abraham and her 79th on the season, so we'll see her 80th on the next K.
It's now up to bat. Who we have here?
You count on me again?
Well, I'm showing number
I got Hannah Abraham.
I'm showing number 11,
I'm
Amberly
sorry.
Garza.
Yeah, number at the top of the order.
Okay.
Garza, Perez, and Abraham.
As the ball is foul. Short for strike one. This is her third plate appearance, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay.
First time up, got on an error, ended up scoring. Second time up, she flew out to center field.
Wanted to make sure I'm keeping track of the same amount of plate appearances you are. As she gets a piece of the ball to go foul. Lady Amberly's now starting to get a feel for Escobedo's off-speed pitches now.
Garza, a sophomore with a 450 average.
Swing and a miss for strike two. For strike three. Wish that was strike two. So now this brings up number 2 batter, Zaylee Perez, left fielder.
Escobedo's got 3 Ks in the game.
As Perez hits the ground ball to third, she's in there safely at first. This brings up Hannah Abraham.
That's what you call a slow motion ground ball to third base.
It might as well have been a glorified swinging bunt.
Exactly.
We'll take it.
It didn't reach third base. It was halfway, if that.
Here comes the 0-0 to Abraham. That ball is crushed out into the outfield. Smith is able to run underneath it and make a play for out number 2.
I think we're going to pop it up in the air to center field. I think Smith will make the catch.
So now this brings up Serenity Sanchez. Two outs, bottom of the 4th. Here comes the 0-0. Swing and a miss for strike one. No, they said it's a foul ball.
Yeah, it was a foul tip.
Okay.
Zaylee Perez comes back to first.
And 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Here comes the 0-1. Ball is grounded in between the legs of Kayla Hall. Zaylee advances to second, and Serenity's in with a single.
Nice hard shot down the third baseline.
So now this brings up the designated player, Azare Landa, the 5-hole batter.
And is batting .400 on the season.
Wind has shifted. Now it's blowing directly coming in at home plate now.
Oh, we don't need that.
Here comes the 0-0. Down low. Both runners advance their bases with a pass ball for ball one.
Yeah, puts Perez on third, and Sanchez now on second.
Runners now in scoring position at second and third. Here comes the 1-0. Taken just high for ball two. Again, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Here comes the 2-0. That ball is crushed into left field, and it is caught.
That's it
for the 3rd out. As the Lady Lopes leave, the runner stranded on second and third. So we get set to start the top half of the 5th inning. Your Carson Construction score remains at 4-4. Listen to Post Sports Radio live and free on YouTube.
Post-Dispatch is proud to support all of our local high school sports. They're excited to bring you all the weekly scores and highlights of your favorite teams, as well as keeping you informed about everything going on in the community. Subscribe today. You can choose to have your newspaper mailed to your home or business, or subscribe online and get the news when it's convenient for you. They're proud to serve the community and proud to serve Garza County. The Post-Dispatch, community news at the finest.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Post Lady Lopes softballs. We get set to start the top of the 5th inning. Carson Construction score remains at 4-4. Jim with a recap of that last half inning.
Yeah, the Post Bowl Gold Lady Lopes tried to get another run on the board, but couldn't. With no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and left one on the bases.
Is now coming into the plate will be number 4, Presley Smith, the center fielder, followed by number 14, Kyler Rodriguez, and number 30, Maddie Ford. So it's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 batters as we get set to start the top of the 5th inning.
Post with 7 hits on the night compared to New Home's 4. Both have 4 runs, though.
How many errors do each team have? What does that say?
We're showing Post with 3 and New Home with 3.
Okay. Here comes the 0-0. Watches it go by for strike 1.
See, Smith has had a base hit and a flyout so far.
She swings and misses at that pitch for strike 2.
I believe she was the point guard for the Lady Lopes in basketball.
She had to have been. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Oh, nice off-speed pitch. And I think she made it tip the ball, but Sanchez, the catcher, held on.
So now this brings up the shortstop, number 14, Kyler Rodriguez.
Rodriguez got on an error, scored on a fielder's choice.
She watches the first pitch go by for ball 1.
Second time up, she grounded out to second base.
Again, we're in a quasi-pitcher's duel here in the top of the 5th. This ball is grounded back to Serenity. Throw to Shaley is in time for out number 2.
Nice play, Sanchez.
All right. This would be big if you can get the 3rd out here. This brings up number 30, Maddie Ford, catcher.
Ford has struck out her last time up. First time a double to right field, that one that hit the right field foul pole almost.
Here comes the 0-0 to Ford. Ball is popped back foul for strike 1.
Y'all stay with us. Good close game here from David Nichols Park. Lady Lopes tied with New Home 4-4.
Players set. Here comes the 0-1. Ball is fouled off. Literally down the left field foul line for strike 2.
Here comes an off-speed pitch to the outside corner. Watch this.
Hannah steps back in. Here comes the 0-2. Well, it's popped back foul to the catcher's net.
It was actually a fastball down the middle. I was way off.
Let's see what Hannah has in store for this one. Count again, there's 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Here comes. That's just a good take for ball 1. So Ford looks like she's sitting fastball. Here comes the 1-2. Ball lands on the foul line, but it remains fair as Ford will stand on first with a single.
Yeah, that's where she likes to hit the ball. That long pop fly to the fence earlier. Now this one just over first base.
That's a good stop by Elizabeth Acosta to prevent that ball from rolling to the wall and keeping Ford on first base. As now this brings up number 15, Molly Mayberry, the first baseman. Here comes the 0-0. Ball is popped up. Acosta, it goes off her glove, but Ford hesitates. Now she goes to third. The runner holds at first. Now runners in the corners. As Acosta was feeling bad about herself, Krauser did not see the ball roll until it was a little bit too late. As Krauser kind of bailed Acosta out and was able to keep Ford from advancing even further. Ford did not notice that nobody picked up the ball until Coach Bell told her. Here comes the 0-0. Swing and a miss, runner goes, but no throw down to first. So now up to bat, this is number 8, Cambry Bundy.
2 outs in a tie game.
Here comes the 0-1. Ball is grounded to Hannah. Throw to Shaylee is in time for out number 3 as Hannah is able to get herself out of a jam. Carson Construction score remains at 4-4 after the top half of the 5th. So we get set to start the bottom of the 5th for you here on Post Sports Radio right after this.
Post Lady Lope softball is powered by Family Cleaners, your hometown laundry and dry cleaners on West Main Street in Post. The Post Area Chamber of Commerce, serving Post in all of Garza County. Visit postcitytexas.com. Richie Rich Barbershop, Yo Hablo Espanol, a licensed local barbershop on East Main and Post. Call for info and an appointment at 806-706-8413. And Post Plumbing, Heating and Air. One call does it all. 806-577-1300. Post Sports Radio thanks these sponsors for making Bold Gold Softball live and free on Facebook and YouTube.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Post Lady Lope softball as we're in for a good one here as we get set to start the bottom of the 5th. Your Carson Construction score is still 4-4 between the Lady Lopes and the Lady Lopes as Jim has a quick recap of that last half inning.
Okay, no runs on 1 hit. We had 1 error in the field by the Lady Lopes out in right field, and 2 left on base. So I think they've left 5 for the game so far out on the pond, and not to make it home. Lady Lopes are pretty similar with 3, 5, or 6, 7 actually. So Lady Lopes leaving 7 out there, and the Lady Leps with 5.
All right, this brings up Shaylee Pope up to bat.
You got Pope followed by Elizabeth Acosta.
She's able to get a piece of the ball. It goes foul for strike 1.
Let's see. Shaylee's got a base on balls. Got on an error her second time up and to the shortstop. Ended up scoring. That was in the 3rd.
She watches the second pitch go by for ball 1. Counts back even at 1-1. Shaylee Pope entering today had a batting average of .444. On base percentage of .516. Here comes the 1-1. She watches the second pitch go inside, down at her ankles.
Good old West Texas Dust Devil blowing through here down the first base line.
Counts now 2-1. This wind is starting to swirl here inside David Nichols Park. Here comes the 2-1. That ball is popped out into right field. As Hall is able to haul it in for out number 1. Now this brings up Elizabeth Acosta, the right fielder.
Acosta got a base hit.
I don't
change it up.
Yeah, this isn't Acosta.
This looks like number 4, who is listed as 22. That's Haley Parker, I do believe. So Haley Parker, number 4 today.
All right, this is Haley Parker up to bat.
Nice average of .393.
As she swings and misses at that one for strike 1.
Parker's a freshman this year.
Here comes the 0-1. She's able to get a piece of it, but it goes foul.
Did we see Parker play shortstop against Borden County?
Yes, we did. She was actually one of the players of the game in the win against Borden County. Here comes the 0-2. Solid contact is into the right field for a base hit for the freshman.
Yeah, she split first and second base nicely to get it between the 2 players for an easy base hit.
All right, and here comes the catcher, Sanaya Sanchez. Sanaya entering today's game, batting average of .313.
She's got a base hit and also grounded out today, so she's 1 for 2.
Here comes the 0-0. She watches the ball go outside for ball 1. Again, there's 1 out, and we're in the bottom of the 5th. Comes the 1-0. That ball is popped up, and it is played and caught by Mayberry in foul territory for out number 2.
Fly out to 1. A nice play by Mayberry.
All right. This brings up Harley Joe.
Harley Joe batting 9th. Grounded out twice.
Here comes the 0-0. That ball is popped up. Weak contact. Second baseman Bundy's able to make a play to retire the side. As we head to the 6th, the Carson Construction score remains 4-4. You're listening to Post Sports Radio live and free on YouTube.
Post Lady Lope softball is powered by Family Cleaners, your hometown laundry and dry cleaners on West Main Street in Post. The Post Area Chamber of Commerce, serving Post in all of Garza County. Visit postcitytexas.com. Richie Rich Barbershop, Yo Hablo Espanol, a licensed local barbershop on East Main and Post. Call for info and an appointment at 806-706-8413. And Post Plumbing, Heating and Air. One call does it all. 806-577-1300. Post Sports Radio thanks these sponsors for making Bold Gold Softball live and free on Facebook and YouTube.
All right, welcome back to the top of the 6th. Carson Construction score still 4-0. Jim?
Yeah, the Lady Lopes trying to take a lead here. Couldn't, still tied at 4. We had 4 people get up. We had 3 pop-ups, and all of them caught in this win. So a nice play by the New Home girls. So 0 runs, 1 hit, though, for the Lady Lopes. No errors, and nobody left on.
Haley Parker's out in right field now. And up to bat is the pitcher, number 23, Clarissa Escobedo.
As we can, let's give a review of who's out on the field for the Lady Lopes.
Zaylee Perez remains at left field. Hannah Krauser remains at center. Haley Parker's in for Elizabeth Acosta at right. Hannah Abraham is still the pitcher. Sanaya Sanchez is still the catcher. Here comes the 0-0. It's taken for ball 1. Serenity Sanchez is still at third. Amberly Garza still at short. Harley Jo McClellan still at second. And Shaylee Pope still at first. Here comes the 1-0 from Abraham. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Escobedo at the plate is 0 for 2 on the day. Strikeout and a fly out to first.
Counts back even now at 1-1. Here comes the pitch. Watches it go low for ball 2. Again, still a tie game. Here comes the 2-1. Ball is popped in foul territory for strike 2. Counts back even now at 2-2. As that ball it caught the jet stream and carried back farther to the fence. As Haley Parker had a solid read on the ball, but that jet stream carried it to the fence.
She's going to play the line this time around. Expecting another pop fly to that area.
Well, that's where New Home has been hitting the ball at. Here comes the 2-2. Watches it go high for ball 3. That was a good take by Escobedo.
Got a full count now for Escobedo.
Comes the 3-2 from Abraham. Catches are looking for strike 3.
Ooh, there you go.
We'll take it.
All right, so what did I say? 1, 2. 6 strikeouts for Abraham today.
All right. This brings up number 12, Chloe Hall, the right fielder.
Which we pointed out earlier, her strikeouts.
Comes the 0-0 from Abraham. Hall shows bunt.
Something happened. Sanaya got hit in the leg. And I want to point out that for Nita Abraham, her 80th strikeout of the season just occurred.
As the bunt was
as a pitcher, of course.
As the bunt was fouled off the bat for strike number 1. Again, there's 1 out, top of the 6th. Here comes the 0-1. Bunt showed. Fouled again for strike 2. So if you're Hall,
she's going to swing at this one.
You would think, right?
I don't think she's going to get a good pitch from Abraham. We'll see what happens.
Here comes the 0-2.
Oh, she does.
That ball is popped. His hand is able to make a play on the ball for out number 2.
Yeah, almost a miscommunication on that play, but Hannah Abraham pulls it away.
All right. Hadley Scott makes her third appearance at the plate now for the Lopes. Here comes the yo-oh. Ball is popped back foul for strike one. Again, we're still in the top of the sixth. 2 outs. Carson Construction score remains 4-4.
Sanaya Sanchez limping around a little bit. Took a shot to the leg moments ago. She's tough. She'll be all right.
Here comes the 0-1. Ball is popped back foul again for strike two.
If Haley Scott survives this, we'll go to the top of the order with Kayla Hall.
Counts 0-2 with 2 outs. Top of the sixth. Here comes the 0-2. Taken for ball one. You can feel the pressure increase with every pitch. Here comes the 1-2. Ball is popped up into the outfield, lands just in front of Perez. It's going to be a single for Scott, as now we're back to the top of the order with Kayla Hall.
Right between the shortstop and the left fielder is one of those you just, a diving catch. You may have caught it, but then if you don't get it, it goes behind you. So a good play by Perez out and left.
All right. Here comes the 0-0 to Hall. Runner goes, but it's foul ball.
Kayla Hall batting in the #1 slot. It's got a base hit. She flew out and also grounded out, so she's 1 for 3.
You see Sanaya limping a little bit. Let's see how that affects her throws down to second, if she decides to throw down at all. Here comes the 0-1. Ball is hit out into center field. Krauser's able to make a play, throws back in, holds the runner at second. This is another single for Kayla Hall. All right, now this brings up Presley Smith. We're still at 2 outs in the top of the sixth. Forces at all 3 bases, first, second, and third.
Scott's got a base hit and a strikeout and a fly out, so 1 for 3.
Oh, that's a good.
Ooh, that looked good.
That's good location from Hannah, but Presley Smith takes it for ball one. Here comes the 1-0. Down low for ball two. And we're still in the top of the sixth. With 2 outs. Here comes the 2-0. Ball is popped up. Harley Joes. Oh, goes off her glove. Here comes the run for Newholm. As a run scores.
Yeah, it's going to be Hadley Scott from second base on the error on the second baseman.
That's the 4th error. Right for the Lady Lopes.
Give me a second. Here we go. Yes, it'll be number 4.
All right. This is Kyler Rodriguez. Comes the pitch. That ball is popped up as it lands just in front of the left fielder and shortstop. Another run comes across for Newholm. Lead is back out to a 2-run lead for the Lady Leopards.
So it's Rodriguez who just hit.
Yes, as now here comes Maddie Ford. The last 2 times, Jim, that she's made contact with the ball, it's been solid contact.
So 2 runs so far in this top of the 6th, making the score 6-4.
Here comes the yo-oh. Ball is grounded. Oh, it goes over the glove of Garza. 1 run scores. Another run scores.
And Rodriguez coming in from second base on the error.
Now timeout is called. There's a meeting with the infield at the circle.
Lady Lopes has got to calm down, take one pitch at a time. Got to have that defense behind the pitcher.
There's no need to play for somebody to try to force yourself to be a hero at this time. There's no need for that. That's how you try those unforced errors.
Now with 5 errors in the game, 2 of them this inning.
Still 2 outs, top of the 6th.
Yeah, it's what you call a 2-out rally. The first 2 batters of the inning were put aside, and then these last 3 runs have come, or 4 runs have come in since then.
As Mayberry swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. That ball is popped up in foul territory. Lands for strike 2. Count should be 0-2.
It's like one ball, 1 strike.
See what the umpire says.
Yeah. No sign.
No signal. Okay, here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. She walked like it. The umpire made the signal like it was strike 3. And, yep, he signals that's strike 3. That's 3.
That's the 3rd out, too.
All right. Lady Lopes limit the damage. But New Home does retake the lead and increase it at the same time. Lady Lopes need to put a solid half inning together to retie the game. Carson Construction score is 8-4 as we get set to start the bottom of the 6th here on Post Sports Radio, live and free on YouTube.
My name is Sochi Anderton. I'm a dentist here at Post Family Dentistry. This clinic is a huge example of providing fancy dental care here in Post, Texas, because the residents of Post in these smaller communities, they deserve that same quality of care. We've expanded from 3 chairs now to 6 chairs at this new location. We are very proud here at Post Family Dentistry of our small town values combined with state-of-the-art care.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Post Lady Lopes softball as we get set to start the bottom of the 6th. Carson Construction score is 8-4 in favor of New Home. Jim has a recap of that last half inning.
It was a rough inning for the Lady Lopes, giving up 4 runs. Now the first 2 batters of the inning were gotten out, and then the 4 runs happened after that. And it was 4 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors by the Lady Lopes, and leaving the Lady Leopards leaving 2 on base.
There is pitching change somewhere as both head coaches are talking with the home plate umpire, trying to see where those changes are.
Well, we still got Escobedo on the mound warming up.
It's still Escobedo on the mound.
You're probably going to have a change.
Ford is still catching. Bundy's still at second base.
I think coming up to the plate may be different for the Antelopes or Lady Lopes.
Rodriguez is still at second. Chloe Hall is still at right field. That's still Presley Smith at center. It's still Hadley Scott at right field.
And number 2 comes to the plate for the Lady Lopes is Riley Hernandez. And she is hitting for, I think, Amberly Garza.
Here comes the pitch. It's taken for ball 1. Comes the 1-0, just high for ball 2.
So once again, it's Riley Hernandez batting in place of Amberly Garza.
Here comes the 2-0. Solid contact, lands short into center field.
There you go, base hit to start off the bottom of the 6th.
You're right. Now this brings up Zaylee Perez.
Zaylee Perez, let's see, how'd she do? She got on an error and scored. She flew out her second time up, then a base hit last inning.
Here comes the 0-0. Swing and a miss for strike one. Here comes the 0-1. Grounded foul for strike two. Lady Lopes are now starting to get their timing down on these off-speed pitches. That's all Escobedo has thrown. It's not really anything fast, not really anything hard. It's just been off-speed. Here comes the 0-2. Wide and outside for ball one. Again, bottom of the sixth. Riley Hernandez on first. Counts 1-2. Comes the pitch. Oh. Catchers are looking for strike three.
Close call.
Yeah, here comes Hannah Abraham.
Abraham knocked in a run in the first.
Solid contact is grounded to shortstop.
At second base, Russ.
Second base, sorry.
It's going to be E4, putting Hannah on first base. And moving Hernandez is on second.
Move Hernandez to second, Hannah Abraham on first. Here comes Serenity Sanchez. Grounded to shortstop. Throw to third is in time with the force out for out number two. It's a fielder's choice for Serenity Sanchez. 2 outs now here in the bottom of the sixth. Azrae Landa up to bat. Lady Lopes need to capitalize with a runner in scoring position. Here comes the 0-0. Solid contact over the glove of the shortstop. Throw in to third is not in time. 1 run does score as Landa goes to second base.
Yeah, that was a tough play for the shortstop because the runner, which was Abraham, did not cause an interference but was there enough to really throw off the concentration of the shortstop.
Here comes Shaylee Pope. She represents the tying run at the plate. Here comes the 0-0. It's grounded off, and it's hit back right off the glove of Escobedo. Another run comes across for the Lady Lopes. It's now a 2-run lead. Is now the meeting at the mound. Not the mound, at the circle.
So that was Landa who was up just now? Pope?
That was Pope.
Okay. Got Azrae Landa on third right now after a base hit, and then Shaylee Pope's base hit to the pitcher.
Haley Parker up to the plate now.
So 2 hits in a row, and it accounted for 2 runs for the Lady Lopes to squeeze that lead away from New Home by 2.
So, Lady Lopes able to generate hits off of contact from the off-speed pitches. There's a wide gap, Jim, out at right field between the foul line and the right fielder, Chloe Hall.
Parker got a base hit her first time up, and there's a grounder.
Grounded back to shortstop. The throw is in time, but the Lady Lopes are able to eat into New Home's lead. So we get set to start the 7th inning here on Post Sports Radio with your Carson Construction score being 8-6, still in favor of New Home. Listen to Post Sports Radio on YouTube.
It's springtime, and that means fleas and ticks are starting to target our little furry pals. Garza County Animal Hospital reminds you that although fleas and ticks are a threat to pets year-round here in West Texas, they become the most active during the warmer months. Get a jump start on your fleas and tick protection and keep your pet healthy and happy from a monthly application to a single pill taken every 3 months. Give us a call today to schedule your appointment. Garza County Animal Hospital, 495-3726.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Post Lady Lope softball. Your Carson Construction scores. We get set to start the top half of the 7th. It's 8-6 in favor of New Home. Jim, what happened that last half inning?
Lady Lopes get 2 runs to close the gap to a score now of 8-6 as we go into the 7th. We had, 2 runs once again, 3 hits, 1 error against the Lady Lopes on 2 left on base for the Lady Lopes. Overall, Russ, as far as hits and runs, it's Post with 11 hits, New Home with 7 errors, Post with 7 and 4 for New Home.
I think errors tell the story. Errors are just like turnovers in football. It's hard to win games when you're when you have a lot of errors.
Cambry Bundy should be up right now.
Swing and a miss for strike 1.
She struck out looking, got a base hit, and then grounded to first base. Or to the pitcher, actually.
Here comes the 0-1. Ball is grounded back to Harley Joe. Underhand throw to Pope is in time for out number 1. Now this brings up the pitcher, Clarissa Escobedo. Escobedo takes her time. Now she steps into the batter's box. Hannah gets set. Here comes the 0-0. That ball is hit out into foul territory for strike 1.
Escobedo has struck out twice looking and has also flown out, so she's 0 for 3.
Again here in the top of the 7th. Lady Lopes need a clean half inning to stay within striking distance. Here comes the 0-1 from Abraham. Taken down low for ball 1. Again here in the top of the 7th with 1 out. Carson Construction score remains still 8-6. Here comes the 1-1.
Yeah.
Catches the inner part of the zone for strike 2. Good pitch placement from Abraham. Counts 1-2. As Escobedo watches that ball go high for ball 2. Counts back even now at 2-2. Again, there's 1 out still here in the top of the 7th. Here comes the 2-2. Ball is popped. Shaylee Pope's able to bring it down for out number 2. All right. This brings up Chloe Hall, right fielder, 8-hole batter.
She's walked and scored on that at-bat, and she struck out and then grounded out, so she is 0 for 2.
2 outs, top of the 7th. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Comes the 0-1 from Abraham. That ball is popped up. It's caught by Amberly Garza as Lady Lopes have a clean half inning.
That's what they needed, Russ, like you said.
Now they're down to their last chance as we get set to start the bottom of the 7th here on Post Sports Radio. After this, you're listening live and free on YouTube.
It's springtime, and that means fleas and ticks are starting to target our little furry pals. Garza County Animal Hospital reminds you that although fleas and ticks are a threat to pets year-round here in West Texas, they become the most active during the warmer months. Get a jump start on your fleas and tick protection and keep your pet healthy and happy from a monthly application to a single pill taken every 3 months. Give us a call today to schedule your appointment. Garza County Animal Hospital, 495-3726.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Post Lady Lope baseball, as we have had a very good game here for district game number 2 for your Post Lady Lopes. Carson Construction scores league is set the bottom of the 7th. It's 8-6 in favor of the Lady Lopes.
Lady Lopes in the top of the 7th couldn't score. 3 batters up, 3 down, but all touched the ball with a ground out and 2 flyouts. So No hits, no errors, no runs, none of that.
Lady Lopes need to get 2 base runners on here in the bottom of the 7th. This is their last chance. Sanaya Sanchez watches first pitch go by for ball 1. Comes the 1-0. That ball is popped up. Is landed for a single. All right. 1 base runner on for the ladies, for the Lady Lopes. Now this brings up the second baseman, number 12, Harley Joe. Courtesy runner in for Sanaya is Zamika Foy.
McClellan's got a 300 batting average. I'm sure see one of those hits tonight. How's she done so far? She's grounded out, and flew out. So 0 for 3. She's due a hit.
Yes, she is. Want to remind everybody, a lot of the balls that have been hit in the right field today have been close to the first base foul line down to the foul pole. There's a big gap between Chloe Hall and the foul line. Harley Joe shows bunt. It catches the edge of her bat for a foul ball. Bottom 7th. Zamika Foy in at first base for Sanaya. It is the courtesy runner.
After McClellan, we go to the top of the order for the Lady Lopes.
Harley Joe watches that pitch go by for ball 1. Good take by Harley Joe. One and one. Here comes the pitch. Make contact for a foul. Counts now 1-2. Again, we're here in the bottom 7th. Comes the 1-2. That ball is caught, and Zamika can't get back in time. That's a double play.
My goodness.
Lady Lopes now down to their final out.
Yeah, you just can't help stuff like that.
Well,
wow.
Zamika was in. It was a hit and run situation for Zamika at first. All right, comes Riley Hernandez. She takes first pitch. Ball 1.
Hernandez came in last inning, got a base hit, and couldn't make the third base.
Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Well, that's a heartbreaker, that last play. Lady Lopes get the first runner on base with a base hit, and then boom, a freak play.
Here comes the 1-1. It's taken inside for ball 2.
2-out rally time, ladies.
All it takes is 1 base runner. Counts 2-1. 2 outs, bottom 7th. Swing and a miss by Hernandez for strike 2. All right.
She was way ahead of that one.
Here comes the 2-2. He's inside. Ball 3, full count. 2 outs. Here we go. Comes the 3-2 from Escobedo.
Oh.
And that does it. Riley Hernandez watches and goes down swinging as New Home takes the game 1 of the series between the two schools. Final score is 8-6 in favor of the Lady Leopards. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will start the Lady Lope wrap-up show here on Post Sports Radio. Once again, your Carson Construction scores final in 7 innings, 8-6. We'll be right back here on Post Sports Radio on YouTube right after this.
The Post-Dispatch is proud to support all of our local high school sports. They're excited to bring you all the weekly scores and highlights of your favorite teams, as well as keeping you informed about everything going on in the community. Subscribe today. You can choose to have your newspaper mailed to your home or business, or subscribe online and get the news when it's convenient for you. They're proud to serve the community and proud to serve Garza County. The Post-Dispatch. Community news at the finest. It's springtime, and that means fleas and ticks are starting to target our little furry pals. Garza County Animal Hospital reminds you that although fleas and ticks are a threat to pets year-round here in West Texas, they become the most active during the warmer months. Get a jump start on your fleas and tick protection and keep your pet healthy and happy from a monthly application to a single pill taken every 3 months. Give us a call today to schedule your appointment. Garza County Animal Hospital, 495-3726.
This message is sponsored by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman.
Texas 4-H is a club for kids and teenagers ages 5 to 18, and it's big. It's the largest youth development program in Texas. 4-H is for kids with animals and so much more, like shooting sports, food science, healthy living, fashion, and photography. Contact the Garza County Extension Office to sign up by calling 806-495-4400 or visit 4honline.com.
This is brought to you by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman, supporting what's good for Post and Garza County. Welcome back to Post Lady Lope Softball, a Post Sports Radio presentation, live and free on Facebook and YouTube. This broadcast is made possible by Garza County Animal Hospital, a family atmosphere for family pets. KSSL Radio, playing the greatest country music ever recorded. The Will and Crystal Osborne family, proud supporters of the Bold Gold Nation. The Post Independent School District, we are Bold Gold. Carson Construction, Post owned and operated. Call 806-626-3811. Judge Lee and Marcia Norman, supporting what's good for Post and Garza County. The Post-Dispatch, the newspaper of record for Garza County since 1926. The Dispatch is the corporate sponsor of Post Sports Radio. Post Family Dentistry, small town values, state-of-the-art care. And now, here's Bold Gold Wrap-Up Show on postsportsradio.com.
Welcome back to the Post Sports Radio Wrap-Up Show, where your Post Lady Lopes lose a heartbreaker to the New Home Lady Leopards by a final score, which was your Carson Construction score, is 8-6. Your Post Lady Lopes fall and now have an overall record of 8-9 and are 1-1 in the district. The New Home Lady Leopards moved to 7-11-1 on the year and are now tied in the standings, each with a 1-1 district record. Now here's Jim with the score by innings.
It was a full game, full 7 innings, and this is how it went, with New Home leading off with 2 runs. Post came back in the bottom of the first and added 2, so to tie that up. New Home comes back in the second and scores 1, as they do in the third. Post doesn't score again until the third inning, putting up 2 to tie things up at 4-4. Neither team scores in the fourth or the fifth inning. Then come the sixth. A couple errors by the Lady Lopes allows the Lady Leps to score 4 runs. Post comes back in the bottom of the sixth, puts up 2. Then neither team scored in the seventh. Therefore, the Lady Leps of New Home win the game 8-6 is the final score. That was 7 hits for New Home, 12 for Post. New Home commits 4 errors in the field, where Post put up 7 errors.
So now let's take a look at the final stats. We're going to start off with the New Home Lady Leopards, as only 2 batters, according to the stats that I've received on Game Changer. It's going to be Cambry Bundy and Kayla Hall. Kayla Hall in 4 at-bats, got 2 hits, scored 1 run, drove in 1 run, and Cambry Bundy got 1 hit in 4 at-bats and got also was credited with 1 RBI. Jim, this is crazy. According to whoever was keeping stats on Game Changer, the Lady Leopards only are credited with only 2 RBIs in the entire through the duration of the game. Each scored a run individually. They struck out 8 times. That's about it. Other than Kyler Rodriguez, in 4 at-bats was able to score 2 runs. So congratulations to New Home, as the winning pitcher is going to be Clarissa Escobedo through 7 innings pitched. Struck out 5 batters, gave up 6 runs, 2 earned, walked 1 batter, and allowed 12 hits. Escobedo is credited with 96 pitches through 37 batters faced. Now the final stats for your Post Lady Lopes. Hannah Abraham receives the loss in this one. That puts her record on the year now at 5-4 through 7 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts, allowed 7 hits, 8 runs. Only one of those was earned and only walked 1 batter. The total bases, Shaylee Pope had 2. Both Sanchez sisters, I believe Serenity had 2, Sanaya had 1, Amberly Garza, Azrael Landa, Elizabeth Acosta, Hannah Abraham, Haley Parker, Riley Hernandez, and Zaylee Perez each had 1 base. Elizabeth Acosta was the only one that was hit by a pitch. Hannah Abraham and I believe Sanaya Sanchez each had a stolen base. The players that committed errors, Harley Jo McClellan is credited with 3 errors. Amberly Garza, Elizabeth Acosta, and both Sanchez's are credited with each an error apiece. Shaylee Pope in 2 hits in 3 at-bats, scored a run, drove in 2 runs, and got on base with a walk. Sanaya Sanchez in 4 at-bats received 2 hits and also had an RBI. Hannah Abraham received 1 hit in 4 at-bats, scored 2 runs, also had an RBI. Zaylee Perez got 1 hit in 4 at-bats, scored a run. It was a Coach Groomer preached the team effort. It was almost there, but just like how it's hard to win football games when you score a lot of turnovers, it's hard to win baseball, softball games when you lose the error battle 7 errors to 4.
Yes, you're right, Russ, and I just want to point out that the Lady Lopes are making that turn to being a better team, as they've shown not only their record but performance on the field. A couple errors were inopportunities there, or opportunities for a new home. That's what made the difference tonight.
All right, we're going to take one more break. When we come back, we will name the Lady Lope of the game, Lady Lope or Lady Lopes of the game, depending on what Jim and I decide. And we will put a pin in today's outing before we look ahead to our next broadcast. You're listening to the Post Sports Radio wrap-up show live and free on YouTube. We wish we were on Facebook.
Post Lady Lope Softball is powered by Family Cleaners, your hometown laundry and dry cleaners on West Main Street in Post. The Post Area Chamber of Commerce, serving Post in all of Garza County. Visit postcitytexas.com. Richie Rich Barbershop, Yo Hablo Espanol, a licensed local barbershop on East Main and Post. Call for info and an appointment at 806-706-8413. And Post Plumbing, Heating and Air. One call does it all. 806-577-1300. Post Sports Radio thanks these sponsors for making Bold Gold Softball live and free on Facebook and YouTube.
Post ISD is filled with passionate staff, daring students, and deep-rooted traditions of champions. Our state-of-the-art facilities provide top-tier educational opportunities, including career and technical training, advanced academics, and free college courses, creating future-ready antelopes. Our 4-day instructional week allows our students to continually pursue excellence in our distinguished fine arts programs, exceptional athletic teams, and a multitude of other extracurricular activities. Post ISD, we are Bold Gold.
Are you looking to do some work around the house and would like to hire a contractor who does every part of the job? Then give Carson Construction a call at 806-626-3811. Greg Carson and his crew have over 40 years of combined experience and can do new construction, remodeling, and concrete work. Plan now for your spring and summer projects and call the guys who pride themselves on their work. 806-626-3811. Carson Construction, building a lasting relationship with each customer. Call 806-626-3811.
Welcome back to the Post Sports Radio wrap-up show here on YouTube. As once again, your final from David Nichols Park is a heartbreaking loss for your Post Lady Lopes as they lose their first district game to the new home Lady Leopards by a final score of 8-6. As you see on your screen, our next broadcast your Post Antelopes in rarefied territory have played 4 games in a matter of, what?
2 days.
2 days,
2 game days.
6 days. So that's why their district record is kind of skewed. It's ahead of everybody else, but it's due to their no fault of their own. We've had some unfortunate weather these last few days. They've played back-to-back doubleheaders. You hardly ever see that at the collegiate level. You see that a lot at the it's rare to see that at the high school level. You see that more at the major league and the collegiate level. But anyway, that's Saturday. Our pregame coverage will start at 10:45. First pitch is scheduled for 11 a.m. As now it is time to name the Lady Lope of the game. Jim, who are we giving that to?
Well, the young lady who stands tall out there at first base had a good day, not only in the field but also at the plate, Russ. You pointed out she had how many hits?
She had 2 hits. She had 2 hits and 3 at-bats, scored 1 run, and is credited with 2 RBIs, and also got on base via a walk. So she was able to get on base basically three times in 3 at-bats,
All right,
basically.
So congratulations to you, Shaylee Pope, the first base lady for the Lady Lopes, the Lady Lope of the game.
As that will just about do it for us here at Norm Cash Field. Is once again
No, we're not.
I mean,
David Nichols Park.
Yeah, David Nichols Park. Sorry, I'm already looking ahead to Saturday. As your Lady Lopes fall once again, your Carson Construction score is a heartbreaking final of 8-6 in favor of New Home. Once again, our next broadcast will be Saturday, March 22nd. Pregame will begin at 10:45. First pitch will begin at 11 as your Antelopes welcome the Smyre Bobcats. For Jim Plummer, I'm Russ Morris. Thank you for joining us. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Celebrate accordingly and responsibly. I want to wish you all good night, guns up, keep hope alive, and God bless.
My name is Sochi Anderton. I'm a dentist here at Post Family Dentistry. This clinic is a huge example of providing fancy dental care here in Post, Texas, because the residents of Post in these smaller communities, they deserve that same quality of care. We've expanded from 3 chairs now to 6 chairs at this new location. We are very proud here at Post Family Dentistry of our small town values combined with state-of-the-art care.
The Post-Dispatch is proud to support all of our local high school sports. They're excited to bring you all the weekly scores and highlights of your favorite teams, as well as keeping you informed about everything going on in the community. Subscribe today. You can choose to have your newspaper mailed to your home or business, or subscribe online and get the news when it's convenient for you. They're proud to serve the community and proud to serve Garza County. The Post-Dispatch, community news at the finest.
Take a break and let Post Family Cleaners take care of the laundry. Family Cleaners is Post hometown laundry and dry cleaners on West Main Street in Post. Whether it's dry cleaning, wash and starching, laundry service, or alterations, Post Family Cleaners has you covered. Let Post Family Cleaners make your life a bit easier. Go by 111 West Main Street or call 806-495-0777 to get details. That's 806-495-0777. Post Family Cleaners, your hometown laundry and dry cleaners on West Main and Post.
All broadcasts in all and any media form provided by PostSportsRadio.com are the sole property of Post Sports Enterprises with the permission of the Post Independent School District. Any retransmission of any of these broadcasts, whether partial or in its entirety, for commercial or personal use without express written consent of the Post Sports Enterprises and Post ISD is strictly prohibited. Any violations of these broadcast rights will be strictly enforced and upheld as allowed by local, state, and federal statutes, ordinances, and laws. We hope you enjoyed this post-high school event exclusively on PostSportsRadio.com.